Hi there, namaste, and welcome back to another Spiritualistik Pick a Card reading. Today we're looking at your October 2025. So please take a deep breath, drawing the energy up your spine, creating a clear and open channel. As you exhale, come into clear knowing which group or groups has your message in it for you today about your October 2025. We have group number 1 on the left with Finder of Lost Things, group 2 in the center with Crystal Healing, and group 3 on the right with Doing Your Shadow Work. As always, the timestamps to your readings are listed below in the description box, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you're interested in that as well. I do also have a Patreon if you are interested in diving more deeply into your spiritual journey. Don't forget to sign up for my meditation retreat, the first link in the description box below, if you are looking to get from where you are to where you're going with a hand to hold. With that being said, I love you and I'm grateful for you. I'll see you over at your reading. Namaste. Hi there, group number 1. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking at your October 2025, and you selected the first group with the Finder of Lost Things card. Group number 1, I recommend that you take out a pen and paper because you're definitely going to want to take notes, okay? First, we're going to go through the astrological general themes of each week of October, and then we will look at each week specifically for you. So, group number 1. The theme of the first week here is the root chakra. Now, week number 1 I have here as September 28th through October 4th. The general astrological themes here are partnership, deepening relationships, shared values, and shared resources. So let's see, what is group number 1 expecting the first week of October? Okay, so it seems like you have recently, let's say, come back to yourself, okay? You have been practicing your spirituality, you've had some sort of illumination. I'm kind of getting an energetic illumination and some clarity as well. This week is going to be focused for you all about not learning something new, but standing on business with what it is that you do know. You're going to find that this shows you the relationships around you that are strong, and the people around you that do respect you, that do love you, that do share your same values. Now for you, you're going to find that week number 1 of October is one where you feel pretty satisfied, you feel pretty happy with where things are, you understand, like you have clarity of who you are, where you're going, you have a nice foundation in your spiritual practice. It's one of those weeks where all kind of just feels good for you, which I have to say I love. You're feeling pretty stable as well, but your focus is not at all on your stability, safety, root chakra matters. In fact, it's on a little bit more of expression, maybe a little bit of play, really on expressing yourself authentically and that spiritual growth, your spiritual journey, your consciousness. You might find that you are drawn to doing a lot of breath work, or that you are really drawn towards writing or speaking the first week of October. This is going to be a good week for those writers of you out there, or the content creators. This is going to be a great week for you to feel energized to record a little bit of extra content. This is going to be a great week for you to make sure that you are maybe sitting down and taking advantage of that air mercurial energy to write, okay? So the focus is going to be less on relationships, but it is going to be on what you have to share. The values, the resources, the information that you have to share. But it's not about necessarily putting it out there for the public. It's about really cultivating that understanding and knowing what that looks like for you. So week number 2 of October 2025 for you. This is October 5th through 11th, and it is ruled by the sacral chakra. The general astrological themes here are transformation and rebirth. This is shedding layers, uncovering truth, emotional processing, personal change, and creative expression. This second week of October, you're going to be experiencing some really good news. You're going to be feeling really positive as well. There's going to be a little bit, like after a while after you receive this good news, it's going to feel normal to you. You're going to be excited, and then you're going to look back and have this moment of hindsight during that week of, is that too good to be true? Maybe I shouldn't be too attached to this good news because things can kind of get taken away, the other shoe can drop, things like this. we see this coming up, a little bit of defensiveness, but as you connect with your spirituality, you realize that you are spiritually protected, and because of that, it leads you to want to be more cautious in your material endeavors. We do see here you receiving some sort of a gift and or a lot of compliments. We see here that you have creative inspiration to create something new, and also that this opens up a lot of doors for you. Now this looks like you having a lot of creative inspiration. This is going to be a week where you're receiving a lot of downloads, either creatively, spiritually, emotionally. So this is definitely going to want to be the week where you want to, in some way, keep track of or make outlines for or take note of all of the things that are kind of coming through for you emotionally. These are things that are leading you towards growth, okay? We see here that with the emotional processing aspect, it's a little bit of what if something's too good to be true, but little sneak peek here, it's not. What if something is given to you and then it's taken away, right? You don't want to get too attached to it. Okay, so we're looking at defensiveness when it comes to good things. When you receive something good, trusting it, okay? And of course, you selected the Finder of Lost Things card, and that is the theme that's going to start to creep in during week 2. And it's relating to your sacral energy. So things that are, yes, creative, but also things that are pleasurable, that are emotionally pleasant for you, okay? So this is connecting with the water element. We do find that you're going to be pretty balanced this week as well. Towards the end of the week, you're definitely going to be finding that you have a lot more to offer than you were giving yourself credit for, and that since you're kind of realizing how much you have to offer, now first of all, I want to let you know your worth is not connected to what you have to offer, but you still do have so much to offer. But as you kind of come into this knowing, you realize, you connect the dots there. Oh, I have so much to offer, and also I deserve nice things. And you don't need a reason to receive nice things. You don't need a reason to have good news, to have awesome opportunities come in for you. And it's certainly not connected to what it is you have to offer or what it is you can do for other people. However, if you're trying to find the logic behind it or the emotional connection there, first of all, you'll find that emotional connection where it stems from. And you'll begin to crack that open and explore there a little bit. And at the same time, you will say, if you want to logically put something tit for tat, balance it out like this, you'll find, well, I have so much to offer, so it makes sense that I'm receiving nice things as well. Now, again, that's not going to be an end-all be-all truth, like you don't have nice things because of what you can do for other people, but you're going to feel a little more at ease, a little more at peace. We do see that coming up as a little hiccup. Right at the start of the week, you're going to have really good news, a really good success, something positive is going to happen, you're going to be feeling on top of the world. You might be feeling like it's fleeting. Towards the end of the week, we'll have smoothed out those ruffled feathers and come into some more creative inspiration, received some nice things, a lot of compliments. You're going to be feeling really aesthetically beautiful, really emotionally beautiful, and you're going to find that there are a lot of options that are open for you, a few more than you thought, specifically in love, intuition, and creativity. And if that feeds into your work environment, then it will affect that. If those things don't feed into your work environment, then they will be in your personal life, okay? So week number 3 of October for you, group number 1, this is October 12th through 18th, ruled by the solar plexus, okay? This third week, it's about depth, and it's all about power as well, power dynamics, calling back your power, personal empowerment. It is about investigation and shadow work as well. So a couple ego deaths. I'm not really getting the ego death vibes so much from your pile, but you might be seeing it around you a bit. And finally, the last general astrological theme is regeneration here. So this is all about looking at power dynamics, calling back your power, depth, investigation, shadow work, and then regeneration, saying, okay, so how can this kind of flip over into something new, something better? This is going to be your transmutational week here. Solar plexus, energy, fire. So for you, specifically, we definitely have some sort of realization. Oh wait, I already learned that lesson. I already had that transformation. I already created that outline. I already started that project. But you might start to feel a little bit like your cup is empty a smidge. There's this feeling of FOMO, feeling left out for some reason. Now you're happy with where you are and what you have, and you're moving forward as well. But you might feel a little bit like no one else is walking in the same direction as you. And you're going to find at the end of the week that something or someone meets you here. It's kind of giving the vibe of you have to let go of, let's just use an easier analogy to understand here. You have to let go of the hand that you're holding in order to walk towards walk that journey alone in order to get to the next hand you're going to hold. Okay, so you have this feeling of feeling good that you left something behind, you're moving forward. Now you're in this vibe where you start to feel a little bit like lost at sea, a smidge, and then you start to see the horizon on the other side and you're like, oh, great, that's good. Okay, so we have a little bit of this floater energy here. Okay, the third week, now this looks at your power dynamics, okay? With that, it connects to your path, and it connects to your spirituality, and it connects to your emotions. We see here that you feel empowered spiritually and empowered creatively, but we also have that maybe there's an aspect of your emotional life that doesn't feel necessarily fulfilling. Maybe you wish your parents or friends or loved ones supported you a little bit more. Maybe you feel like people around you keep trying to play weird power dynamics. Maybe you keep eyeing those 48 Laws of Power, Art of Seduction books, and you're like, I really don't want to read that. I really don't want to learn that, but you're kind of forcing my hand. Kind of vibes like this towards the beginning and middle of the week a smidge. And this kind of leads us into the investigation energy a little bit. Now this goes back to what you were learning week number 2 about, well, you deserve nice things, you deserve support, you deserve all the love in the world, and it has nothing to do with what it is you have to offer, but you do have a lot you can offer, and a lot that you do offer, and if you want to look at a balanced scale there, it does make sense. They do equate. However, you deserve the support, the empowerment. You're calling back your energy from things that are trying to have power over you. Moving towards the end of the third week here of October, we do see that you begin to move forward slowly but steadily, okay? And as you do, we find that something kind of finds you. Not only does this energy, whatever this is, this person, this energy, this vibe, this realization, this empowerment, not only does it find you, but it helps to show you how much you've really been investing in yourself. This might look like somebody saying, like offering you something pentacle, something physical. So offering you maybe a job, offering you maybe some finances, offering you a physical material opportunity, a tangible relationship or something like this. And it might be, well, you're very emotional. It might be because you're very emotionally mature. And you've been working on that lately. It might be that somebody offers you a job or an opportunity on physical fitness. And you're like, wow, I've really been working on my fitness lately. And they're like, yeah, would you be my personal trainer? You really seem like you know what you're doing. It's going to be a moment that kind of just gives you a little nudge in the empowerment. Now, empowerment and validation is not coming from outside of yourself. Once you kind of realize this and you find this and you take a few steps in that direction once more, week number 3, that is going to be the moment where you have someone come up to you and say, hey, group 1, or a situation come up to you and say, hey, group number 1, you have exactly what I'm looking for. Group number 1, here's a little bit of validation. Hey, group number 1, here's a little pat on the back, because you've got it going on. And it's going to be something where maybe you were insecure about it, maybe it's something that you've been working on, and because you've been working on it, you've been pulling your power back, you have been focusing on regenerating yourself, you have been doing the shadow work, you might still see yourself as a work in progress, but headed in the right direction. This is going to be something where you realize, hey, wait, maybe I have finished this journey, maybe I have already learned this, maybe I am moving in the right direction. And that is when you will receive astounding external validation regarding this. So I love that for you. We're also seeing some sort of personal investment opportunity towards the end of the third week for you. For a lot of you, this might be, well, this is investing in yourself. So it might be that you are buying some credits at the spa for yourself to love on yourself later. It might be that you are investing in the stock market or something, but it's for you. It's for you. It's not for a trust. It's not for a company or a holdings company. It's for you. It might be that you're investing in, maybe you get yourself a red light face mask or panel or something. Maybe you buy yourself a book or a nice online course. Maybe you buy my meditation retreat. Whatever it is, we see that you are investing in yourself in this way. For others of you, this looks like something that could be pertaining to schooling, perhaps. Maybe you receive an acceptance letter, or you find out that you have an opportunity to invest in yourself and it's something that is right up your alley. Maybe this is the week where you sign up for that yoga teacher training. This is that week where you sign up for that continuing education course, whatever it is for you, okay? Week number 4 of October is October 19th through the 25th. This is ruled by the heart chakra. This week's general astrological themes, of course, your personal chart will see how these things will affect you, but the general themes are expansion and higher wisdom, new perspectives, exploring belief systems, preparing for future journeys of knowledge, okay? We also have some inspiration coming through about perhaps maybe thinking about taking a trip or traveling, or maybe someone that you know from abroad or a different culture or a language you forgot that you knew is kind of starting to creep its way into your mind a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna push these cards up. So, for you for the 4th week of October, there's one more after this, don't worry, we're almost there. It seems as though you are starting to have a little bit of fun. You feeling the pep in your step. This is all about expansion and higher wisdom and the heart chakra, and week number 4 is going to be where you realize, wait, that's kind of your MO. Wait, new perspectives? That's like your whole thing. Expansion, consciousness, spirituality, higher wisdom. Oh wait, you're totally a master of that. You're gonna be feeling yourself week number 4, that's for sure. You're definitely gonna be feeling like a little bit of like a high off of week number 3. With that, whatever happens for you, you get that opportunity. Week number 2, right in the beginning, you get another one towards the end of week number 2. There's another one that's at the end of week number 3 that's coming through, and you're going to be feeling on top of the world. And you're also going to be feeling like you can take it easy a little bit. If ever the past weeks, the past months, you feeling like you've been in survival mode or fight or flight, it's, who's that? What is that? I don't know what that is, week number 4. Okay? We do see week number 4 a high chance of you hearing from somebody who wants to grow or build something with you in the future. For a lot of you, this is going to be romantic. For some of you, this is like a new friend, but they want to be like your best friend. Like this is whatever this is, it's serious. It's not giving casual. This is someone who wants to, they've been keeping their eye on you. They want to start like a business project with you, something serious. They want to start a romantic relationship with you. Maybe monogamously, or they want to deepen that relationship that you already have. It's something like this that's going to come through a little bit like halfway through week number 4 here. Now, there's a piece of information that you have that this party doesn't have, but can kind of smell that you have. They can feel it out. It's like they can smell it. They can feel it in the air, okay? And there's this little bit of a vibe that you feel like you dodged a bullet by the end of week number 4. Perhaps by saying no to this person or opportunity. It might be because you have a piece of information and you realize that that was all that they were after. Now, I'm not getting that this energy has bad intentions. It might be that this is like a long lost ex of yours, okay? That might be coming through, they might be saying hi, and you're like, wait, you still exist? What? And you might be coming through in this week number 4 energy. Okay, I'm not manifesting that for you if that's not what you want. Okay, don't worry. But this is the likelihood where someone comes towards you and you're like, wow, it's a good thing you didn't come in, this is October 2025, good thing you didn't come in July because maybe I totally would have fell for it, right? It's something like this, okay? Now, if this is like a business situation here, we see that you want to move forward towards this, but you want to be extremely meticulous about the fact that yours is yours and theirs is theirs. This is about exploring beliefs, preparing for future journeys of knowledge. And so with this, you are, like we said, you're standing in your power week number 4. You are, you're like, oh, expansion, higher wisdom, higher self, knowledge, new perspectives, exploring beliefs, heart chakra. That's your MO. Like, that's your whole thing. You are a master of those energies. And so you're kind of walking in your stuff, which makes you, during this astrological week, people are looking for new things to learn, exploring their beliefs, opening up their horizons, right? New perspectives, which makes you really, really delectable, magnetic, delicious looking bait week number 4. Now, I'm not saying that the people around you are seeing you with the intention of using you, but I am letting you know, just know that week number 4, you're definitely going to be popping off a little bit. You can use it in a good way, you can use it in a bad way. People might be coming towards you with underlying motives, ulterior motives that they don't even know that they have. People might just be really curious about you because that is the theme of this whole week. It's also ruled by the heart chakra, so these things connected might find that you are having people coming to you. Maybe you find yourself having heart-to-heart conversations about people's traumas, about their love lives, about galactic stuff, astral traveling, lucid dreaming, spiritual stuff like this. The kind of thing where you, like, just be careful not to adopt a stray this week, okay? I'm not getting that there are people coming towards you with bad intentions, but there might be a couple people trying to hop on the bandwagon because this week what people are searching for, it's exactly what you've got. And you've had it for a long time. It's common knowledge, okay? So let's get into week number 5, the last week of October here. I have this listed as October 26th through November 1st. And this week is ruled by the throat chakra. I'm going to put these just right on top of the spread here, okay? The general astrological themes here are about adventure, your future vision. This is your vision boards week. This is your manifestation week. This is ruled by optimism, expanding your outlook, learning new things, planning travel. So week number 4 was preparing to learn new things. Okay, week number 5 is learning the new thing. So this would be when you're starting that course. This would be for those of you in school. This is when like syllabus week is over and you stop getting the easy homework. This is when the teacher absolutely rails you with 200 math problems to take home every single night. Now you've got 3 hours of homework every night. That's going to hit this week, okay? There are going to be some things like this where you're feeling really positive about, but it might prove to be hard work, okay? So maybe you're starting a course, maybe you're starting a meditation retreat, or you're starting to commit yourself to a workout regimen. This is going to be the week where you start to really feel it. You're a little sleepy, it's in your muscles, right? But you're optimistic about it. You're like, no, I'm doing the right thing. This is when we show up when we don't really want to, right? You might feel like you're not sleeping as well this week. I do see that, so I want to let you know. Make sure that you're prioritizing rest. It's going to be about adventure. This is going to be the week where you're like, I can sleep when I'm dead, and you're having fun. You're talking to some new people. Some of you sneaky, let your ex back in the door last week, or let that new person in your life next week. Okay, I'm not shaming you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You do what you want to do, what feels right for you. But you are going to be I'm getting some maybe late night conversations, maybe because someone is in a different time zone as you. We've got planning travel. Maybe it is because you're having heart-to-heart conversations, you're falling in love with someone. Maybe it's because you're just so passionate about whatever it is. I know I've had just super platonic friends of mine where we can just accidentally have 10-hour conversations and we're both like, wait, that was beautiful, but also it really sucked. And it just kind of happens, right? Anyway, week number 5 here for you. We have the start of an adventure, but it's a spiritual adventure, it's a passionate adventure, it's a creative adventure, okay? But you're also going to realize that whatever this is that you're stepping into, it's beautiful for you because it's nostalgic from the past. You also have a travel opportunity coming up this week, okay? Someone's going to visit you, or they want to talk about visiting you, or you're going to have an opportunity to travel, okay? If you've been learning a language and you don't know anybody that speaks that language, you might be meeting someone that speaks that language, okay? Week number 5 is also going to be one where you kind of look around and you realize that what you're doing right now, you are doing it for a past version of you that didn't get to experience that, okay? You are experiencing that because there's a version of you in the past that didn't get that or really wanted that or would have really loved that. It's like you're doing it for 8-year-old you or for 20-year-old you or however old you are now, a past version of you, maybe even from a past life. But there's also going to be this reflection period where you're optimistic about the future, but you also understand that what is around you, that is newly around you right now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's where you want to go in the future, but it is a beautiful place for you to explore your beliefs. Whatever's around you week number 5, it's there for a good time, not for a long time. You're optimistic about it. There is going to be, maybe this is the week some of you are going to get love bombed. This is going to be the week where some of you are jet setting to meet somebody, but it's definitely not going to be something that is fully permanent, okay? So you don't need to stress too much about how you're going to change your own plans in order to accommodate whatever this is, okay? So we see a little bit of that, and then the realization that you're doing this to liberate or to liberate, or maybe even just set things fair for an old version of you who wanted something you couldn't have, or really wanted to have that conversation, or really wanted to date that person, or really wanted to have that job, or really wanted to work on that project. It doesn't mean that you can't do those things, right? Maybe you always wanted to be a painter. Now maybe you're in tech and you love it and you would never want to change it. But you get commissioned to do a mural, and so you want to do the mural. Week 5, you'll be doing the mural. You're going to be loving it. You're going to be happy. You're going to be dreaming about a version of you that is a painter and does all the murals in all of the cities forever. But in your heart of hearts, you're going to know that it's not your main thing there. It's not the entree. It might be the dessert. It might be a side. It might be an appetizer, but it's not the main entree for you, okay? And it's all about the throat chakra here, so we are looking at changes. We've got 55 coming out in your reading as well. A change to your mindset and a change to a material situation. We actually, I'm getting for the first time, have some support from a community or your community for you moving in a direction that whatever this is for you that's around you, and you kind of low-key have the intuition that it's not permanently for you, it's for you right now, but maybe not forever. Maybe some vibes change in the future and then it's for you forever, but right now, maybe it's for you today, but not forever, right? It's not the entree, not today, not this week. It's not the entree for you in the foreseeable future. Whatever this was, maybe you didn't have relationship support in the past. Maybe you didn't have painting support in the past. You didn't have support from your community, from your friends, your family, your loved ones, whatever. Now that this is in your life, this week, finally, you're going to find that suddenly. Everyone and their mother, they're supporting you, they're inching you, they're nudging you towards it. And so your challenge is going to be here. to understand that you're anchoring in your vision for your future and your intuition, but also to stay optimistic that you can learn new things and expand your outlook through this adventure. Some of you are also going to be taking steps towards planning a new trip, planning a vacation, planning to visit something or someone specifically that's sacred to you, whatever that means for you. Sacred can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people in different contexts. But it also, for a very few of you, it might be the first steps towards moving. You might start looking at real estate agents. You might start looking at new towns, new cities. So, that is what I have for you for week number 5. We're going to take a look at what is advice for you generally throughout all of October 2025, and then I'll let you go here. Group number 1, Finder of Lost Things energy is coming back out again. Okay, your biggest week here is going to be week number 4. There are going to be a lot of beautiful opportunities and situations, beautiful things for you, especially week number 2 and week number 3. But week number 4 is really going to be the main one here that takes the cake. It's going to be all about the heart chakra. It's going to be all about moving forward. And you're going to find that your faith is tested a little bit. We have this dynamic here between your heart and your soul. Okay, what it says in your heart versus what it says in your soul. And notice that I'm not saying mind here. It's not heart-mind coherence, it's heart and soul coherence. I'm also hearing that song, heart and soul, I fell in love with you, heart and soul. Okay, so there's a little bit of that. What if your heart and your soul are telling you different things? Okay, are you brave enough to walk away from something? Are you brave enough to open the cage of that bird and trust that they can fly away and still come back? It's like if you let your cat outside for the first time, you trust it to explore the neighborhood and you have to have faith that it will come back. If it wants to, it's a cat, right? And it might be this manifestation energy. In order to manifest something new, something old has got to go. Okay, but you would have figured out what this was week number 3. You would have already worked on it, okay? So we've got a little bit of this energy. You do have some nice finances coming throughout the week, specifically on week number 3 and 4, okay? Especially week number 4, the week where you're all shiny, right? Another thing too is prepare for a lot of small talk this week, because you're going to be looking and feeling really beautiful, really abundant, really sensual, really inspired as well. And that's going to draw a lot of people towards you. This is also a really good month for you for networking, meeting with old people, meeting new people, in all areas of life here. So I'm getting to tell you to be prepared for a lot of small talk, a little more than usual this month. Another thing is that this is, if you have a practice of rituals or manifesting that is a little more physical, say that you're using crystals or herbs or candles, or you're writing stuff down and burning it, whatever it is that you like to do. If you have a practice that resembles this at all whatsoever, that's a little more tactile here, October is going to be the month that this energy is really, really enhanced for you. So you might find that you are newly inspired to get back to this practice or to start a practice like this, or you might find that you want to do a little more than you usually do. Or you might find that your energy is a little more charged towards this manifestation than it usually is. October is going to be showing you a lot of the seeds that exist over this next huge chapter of your life. So decide carefully during October what you allow in your life and not, because right now seeds are being planted for all of next year and a little bit beyond that. So just be aware, if you want to understand what is going to occur for you over the next long-term chapter that you're going to be in, it's going to be squished into October 2025, specifically weeks 3 through 5. So you might see little things as hiccups, little signs and synchronicities. October, specifically the second half of October, I'm going to highly recommend you to keep a notebook or in your notes app on your phone or something. Keep a track of all of the signs, the synchronicities, the little intuitive downloads, the things that you receive in meditation, these little things, specifically because you'll be able to flip, and also your dreams, write down your dreams, because you're going to be able to flip back through this and you'll find that you have maybe the answers to some questions you're not going to have until this time next year. You're going to find that you have a bigger picture spread out of what it is that's going to happen for you, to you, with you over the next year, year and a half, for some of you 2 years. And you're also going to be able to understand that the way that things feel really exciting or really nostalgic or really opportunistic or really, really new or really adventurous or really expansive. Take note of those feelings, because those are going to be the things. If something feels expansive and it maybe exists in your reality for like 15 minutes, but it made you all excited and it felt expansive, write it down, because it doesn't last 15 minutes. This is your dipping your toe into an energy that you will dive in entirely. It'll be its own era, and it will be an era of expansion for you. The one that feels maybe, oh, we should leave that in the past, okay? And it's maybe just a conversation with somebody old for like, 5 minutes or an hour or something, and you're like, okay, well, that was great, never again, but, that's great. I love that for you. Write that down, because later you're going to find that comes into play later, and you're going to want to look back and you'll say, wait, right out the gate, I realized in October 2025 that, this should be left in October 2025. Or to just know to nip something in the bud sooner rather than later, so you don't end up maybe wasting your time or learning lessons that you've already learned, okay? So, week number 3 is the week of investigation and the solar plexus, the regeneration, okay? So, you'll be receiving answers to questions that you're not asking yet week number 3. Week number 4, you're going to be having new perspectives, but you're also going to be a magnet for people who are looking for new perspectives. This is a wonderful time to see who's in your life for their convenience, okay? Week number 5 is going to be a really cool, fun opportunity for you to play and adventure and have fun. So the things that come into your life this week are going to be the things that are great and fun and cool, delicious experiences for you, but they're not necessarily going to be the most formative, permanent, value-based truths of your process for the rest of your life, okay? So just categorize these things as they come in and understand that these energies are going to be spread out over time. So these are all the little seeds that are going to be planting for you, okay? That is how your October 2025 is going to go. Group number 1, finder of lost things. All of these tiny little seeds. Express yourself authentically. And also, make sure that you are doing energetic protection specifically right before week 4. I would say start a practice on the 17th, 18th of October, all the way through the 26th, the 27th, maybe even through the beginning of November. If that's something that you resonate with. I'm really being shown golden light, like the heart chakra, but like golden light, okay? So make sure that you are working with that energy, okay? So group number 1, that is your October 2025. I love you and I'm grateful for you. If you want an even more in-depth reading, feel free to book a personal with me. They're on my spiritual store on Etsy at Spiritualistik. It's linked in the description box below. If you're interested in my meditation retreat, that's going to be the first link in the description box. It's 21 days of guided meditations that you have access to forever, so you have access to all 21 of them, and it's a great way to take you from where you are to where you're going and have a hand to hold while you do it as well, and it's good for beginner, intermediate, advanced. Seriously, I made sure. So, have an amazing day, week, month, year, October, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Feel free to check out another pile or another reading, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, group 2. Namaste and welcome to your reading. Today we are looking at October 2025 for you. We're going week by week. You selected the second group with the crystal healing card. Group number 2, before we get into it, I want to let you know, okay, this is going to be the kind of reading where you're going to want a pen and paper, okay? We're going to go through the general astrological themes for each of the 5 weeks. We're going to look at these themes are, of course, general based upon what is happening astrologically, and then they apply to your chart individually. And as we go week by week, we're going to use the tarot to see what's going to happen specifically for you. So you're going to want a pen and paper. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you see the next time that I post. So, it seems that October 2025 for you is going to be, I'm getting liberating. I'm hearing someone say, we are so back. Okay, one thing I'm getting here is that you have had enough. I'm hearing that song No Tears Left to Cry by Ariana Grande, and there's this vibe of healing, but it doesn't feel like you are healing something that was broken. It feels like you are expressing something that was suppressed, is kind of the vibe here. Like you're not clinging onto your crystals for dear life, saying, fix my life, help me heal, solve my problems. Rather, it's like you have the time and the space where you remember that you have all these crystals and you cleanse and charge them, and then they start bringing the magic and the sparkles back into your life again. And that's the energy that October 2025 represents for you. Now let's go through this week by week. This is where you're going to want your pen and your paper. Group number 2, the first week of October, meaning September 28th through October 4th. Well, first of all, it's ruled by the root chakra. The general astrological themes take a look at partnerships, deepening relationships, shared values, and shared resources. And the way that this is going to impact your life individually is you are not going to feel self-abandoned any longer. You are getting back to it. You are on top of your meditation practice. You are on top of your skincare. You are feeling at peace. You're happy. You're healthy. You feel lighter. This first week of October, you really feel like there's a crown on your head, and it's not in a self-important way, but you just feel abundant. You've got some money in your wallet. You have exciting things coming forward to look up to, and there's something here in your life where you're kind of realizing things don't need to be done the hard way, or maybe there's a situation in your life, whatever you might have connected with suppressing you or forgetting that you have those crystals, whatever that's an analogy for in your life. It kind of seems like, oh wait, like I don't need to just raw dog this. I can pick up a rose quartz, or like I don't need to just do this the hard way. Like I don't need to try to squish this screw into the wall. I can go grab a drill. I can go grab a hammer. Like it's kind of giving this. You've got some money to spend. You're feeling at peace. You're feeling nice and clear energetically. You're feeling happy, healthy, wealthy. I love it for you. You are feeling like back to yourself. And when we relate this to the theme of the first week, partnerships, your most important partnerships in your life are the ones with you and yourself, and you and spirituality. We do see a positive experience here with family, but it's not super overwhelming. You might have one small, not super memorable, but you might have some very nice experiences with friends, maybe just a little check-in. Hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I'm just letting you know I love you so much. Seriously, you're so dear to me. I hope you have an amazing week kind of vibe. Things that are small but precious. When it comes to your values, we see that you're really connecting with your own core values a little bit more. Not that you lost them, but that it feels more like they feel happier, more magical, more sparkly. You feel kind of like they're easier to practice, or you kind of feel back to yourself again, which is a really beautiful energy here. And towards the end of the first week, we're also noticing that you get a little bit more in touch with the occult energies, your sensuality energies, a little bit more of, let's say, the shadow that's on the other side of this, but it's not shadow like light shadow, like good, bad kind of vibe. It's like if you're meditating all of the time, you might find your mediumship abilities coming online a little bit more, or you might find that you are like, you know what, let's write on a bay leaf and burn it, like just having a little more fun. Kind of, if you think of that as the shadow to like consciousness expansion, pranayama, then it would be that kind of vibe. Okay, it might be that you're really, really getting back to your values and things like this, and you look at the resources that you have, and one of them might be like a really yummy, sensual vinyasa flow, and so that would be the kind of vibe here. Okay, I'm not saying that yoga is shadow. I'm not saying that things like that are shadowy, but I'm getting that this really happy, light, magical, fluffy, pure energy. And then on the other side of that, towards the end of this week, there is something which lets me know that is, instead of just spiritual, you might be into occult, which, you know, there's a Venn diagram with those things, right? So you might be a little more on the middle or the occult side towards the end of the week. You might be exploring things like lucid dreaming or astral travel. You might be doing past life regressions and things like this. Okay, a little bit more of the colors, a little more of the occult kind of stuff, kind of vibe. But the first week of October, it's clean, it's clear, you're feeling back to yourself, you're feeling very stable. There's definitely abundance and happy family energy. We've got to check in with a loved one. Now, week number 2 here, October 5 through 11. This is ruled by the sacral chakra. Now, the main themes here are transformation and rebirth, shedding layers, uncovering truth, emotional processing, personal change, and creative expression. Okay, I know it's a lot. So, this week for you, week number 2, it seems that you're going to be feeling, again, really stable. You came out of a great week. It's just things are banging for you. You're feeling great. I'm hearing She Bangs, that song. Things are banging for you. And so you kind of start to look at, well, okay, Is there anything that I can release? Where can I kind of refine? Where can I sharpen this edge a little bit? And this is going to come to you through some sort of spiritual guidance. So internally, I'm kind of getting an angelic energy or like a galactic energy, okay? It doesn't need to be that specifically. For some of you, it's a passed on loved one, but there's a prominent spirit guide that is going to be coming through the second week of October for you that's going to be guiding you through a transformation and a rebirth. You are looking at where, like, you are doing the work, so the work doesn't do you, okay? It's a little bit of this vibe. You are taking the initiative instead of the universe saying, okay, time for shadow work, boom, bye, enjoy, and having to like crawl yourself out of a hole. You're kind of in this place where you're saying, well, things are going really well for me right now. Since I'm kind of feeling great and I'm abundant, happy, healthy, wealthy, I'm connected with my spirit. What can I shed? What can I unlearn? What can I relearn? Where can I go? You're taking initiative into past life regressions. You're taking initiative into saying, where are some habits that I want to change? You're taking initiative into maybe implementing or breaking a habit, little small things that make a big difference over time. This is the second week of October for you. You do have a little bit of stress and anxiety here about feeling restrictive in this new era. But it's not that you feel restrictive, it's the fear of feeling restrictive in the future. It's perhaps wondering, are you still going to resonate with your friends on the other side of this transformation? It's a little bit of this stress. Well, if I am really sharpening up my tools, if I'm really getting the hang of the little changes I want to make in my life, then you have your morning routine, you have your nighttime routine, you're showing up to work, you're cleaning your house, you're having wonderful times with your friends and your family, you're showing up, you're feeling happy, healthy, wealthy in all areas of life, you are doing the spiritual work, right? Beautiful, wonderful things. You've got a good foundation here, and you're sharpening it up even more. So there's a question, will you have too much on your plate? There's a question, will you outgrow some of the things or the people that you love? There's a question of, will you have room for something new, something fun on the side? There are questions like this that are going to come up, okay? But they are emotional-based energies, and understand that this is an emotion that is processing for you right now. So we have astounding energies the second week, fully, but we do have this emotional sacral energy. This will be what starts to process at the end of the week here, and you do have a spiritual revelation about it that kind of clears it up. Because you're taking the initiative, it's barely even a hiccup, not really a main focus, okay? Let me move these up so we can look at week number 3. So the third week of October is ruled by the solar plexus. October is really unique here because the first week is ruled by the root, second week is ruled by the sacral, third week is ruled by the solar plexus, so on and so forth. When we get into November, the first week of November is going to be ruled by the third eye chakra, so on and so forth. So October is really unique. It's a fresh start here, okay? So the third week of October, October 12th through 18th, ruled by the solar plexus. The general astrological themes here are depth, investigation, shadow work, also power, so power dynamics, calling your power back, regeneration, and things like this. We do see some sort of huge success here, specifically in your career and or money matters. Or if you've been fighting like maybe a legal battle, but it's kind of giving something with a house, if you've been having struggles or difficulty pertaining to maybe working from home or affording your mortgage, or maybe you feel overlooked at work, anything like this, it's not really giving an issue, it's giving a huge success. Okay, so week number 3, you're going to find that you have a huge success, and that gives you a little bit more jet fuel, a little bit more clarity, a little bit more motivation, and it will actually open up your spirituality a little bit more. You're going to have more psychic gifts come online, more spiritual connection. You're going to find that you receive a lot of intuitive downloads. You're going to find a lot of intuitive downloads week number 3. A lot. This is going to be a week for you, especially with the investigation shadow work energy. Now, shadow work is the general astrological theme for week 3, but for you, it's less shadow work and it's more, okay, it's download season. Okay, get out your notebook or sit in meditation. Make sure that you've got time devoted to it. Okay, it's not leading you through the shadows. It's taking you on a wild ride. It's taking you on an adventure. It's taking you through the cosmos, the Akashic records, all of these kinds of things. Okay, because there's not a shadow for you to transmute here. Okay, we've got a little bit of emotional stuff coming up week number 2, but it's literally barely even there. Okay, so what we're looking at now, this third week of October, is a lot of happiness. You realizing kind of that you're grateful for where you are where you wanted to be, other people want to be where you are, and it's not about other people or you. You kind of have this vibe of feeling like you made it. I'm hearing that song, Hey Look Mom, I Made It. And with a solar plexus energy, it's really like this happy, healthy, shiny solar plexus energy that is coming through for you. And that's really about it. It's clean, it's clear, there's not much work to be done at all whatsoever. You get really positive news on the work front, the finance front, something tangible, material. And there's also something where you see some of the little tiny changes making a huge difference towards the third week. So some of the tiny things that you implemented week 2, you're already seeing the results by week number 3. So you're really going to love that as well. One thing I'm noticing as well is that if you have a friend in your home, okay, maybe you have someone who's coming to stay with you. Maybe you have a friend come over, stay the night, or come over and share a meal with you. Maybe you've picked up a stray little bug or something like that. That is a sign of good luck. Okay, so keep an eye out for that week number 3 of October. With the regeneration energy here, we do have this vibe of soul integration as well that's coming through. So you might have past life memories come up, past, present, future parallel life memories. You might have spiritual experiences where you're shown a new realm, a new dimension, a new type of energy work, a new spiritual gift, and it kind of puts a new pep in your step. You know, when you remember an experience of your soul, not of your life in your body, but of your soul, and it kind of just shifts you just a smidge, like a little centimeter. We definitely have one of those, except it might not be 1 centimeter, it might be like 10 centimeters, because it's going to be a huge theme for you throughout October in general. Okay, so this regeneration is definitely coming through. Power dynamics, something about you empowering, remembering who you are spiritually. So you might have one of those remembering who you are, meaning all are one with the cosmos kind of vibe. But I'm also specifically getting week number 3 for you, group 2, this empowerment vibe spiritually of like remembering who the F you are. Like, oh yeah, like I was this energy, or I am this energy, or I have access to this. Like, I don't know who I think I am, playing myself so small, and you're already in a wonderful place in life. So you're not in a place where you've been struggling because of it. You're in a place where you're realizing it can get even better because of this. So that's gorgeous as well. Week number 4 is going to start out slow. We're looking at having a couple days of sleeping in. Okay, so what I'm noticing here, week number 4, October 19 through 25, let's shift these up just another little smidge. This is ruled by the heart chakra, and the general astrological themes here are expansion and higher wisdom, new perspectives, exploring beliefs, preparing for future journeys of knowledge. Okay, so this is you. Basically, you're getting to sleep, you're getting to rest, you're receiving a lot of downloads as well this week. Specifically, you might be feeling a little bit groggy or have a little bit of brain fog. You might be trying to get up and be productive, and you might have a difficult time. This is one of those weeks, or at least the beginning of the week so far, one of those moments where the universe kind of puts you in a timeout, not because you did anything wrong or there's something for you to learn, but you're just receiving a lot of information, a lot of energy. You might find that you want to sleep a lot. You might find that you're not feeling really active, you're not as productive as you want to be, but that you're really, really taking care of and nurturing your soul and your energy. You might be binge watching a show or some movies or something, and they actually end up having some sort of recollection on your end from a different lifetime or a lesson that you've been integrating or something like that. The motto for week number 4 for you is going to be don't do, feel. Okay? Don't do, feel. I'm getting a lot of, this is going to be the week you want to keep a dream journal. Okay? You might feel a little bit foggy, a little bit confused. You're getting you're getting a lot of stories, you're getting a lot of analogies, you're getting a lot of downloads, you're getting a lot of telepathic messages from people, places, things, and you are going to have probably a lot of questions, but you're not going to be functioning as quickly to be able to figure out what all the questions are and ask all the questions. You're basically being called to hold tight, put a pin in it, and let these things come through, and then they're going to organize and sort themselves out, and then you'll understand where they land kind of vibe, okay? That's what I've got for you for week number 4. Week number 5, October 26th through November 1st, ruled by the throat chakra. The general astrological themes here are adventure, future vision, optimism, manifestation, expanding your outlook, learning new things, and planning travel, okay? There's something here this week that you have not told a soul about. I'm getting week number 5. There's something here that you are not feeling guarded towards, okay? Something about the reason why you're finally feeling back to yourself again. Maybe whatever that was. Now you have new opportunities that are available for you. So now you're starting to look at the future in a new way. But it's not dependent upon what was there and now is not, or what was not there and now is. Rather, it's kind of the sorting out of all of the energies that you downloaded week number 4 when you were kind of put in spiritual timeout. But I don't like timeout because it sounds like a punishment. It's not that. It's kind of like the universe saying, hey, rest, receive, download. You've got all this clean, clear, light, fluffy energy. You're using it. You're loving it. You're feeling great. Okay, now you're going to probably feel a little bit sleepy, have a little bit of a schlump. Okay, but it's not a bad schlump, not a negative schlump. Just, when you're kind of like, you receive a lot of spiritual downloads and your body just feels like tired. Like you want to be inwardly. You want to be inward. You don't want to be out in the world. I've got all the spiritual power in the world. You can connect with a bunch of different things. You're remembering all of these things, but doing your dishes might be a little more difficult. That's week number 4. So week number 5, all of these things, you're realizing now what the future can look like for you. So there's a little bit of planning for this. You're not taking any steps towards it yet, but what you are doing is realizing that you're kind of putting together an idea of what your path forward is going to look like. It seems like you are either journaling it out, creating a vision board, talking it out with one of your guides or a close confidant of yours. And it seems that now you are starting to explore options for the future that you haven't been exploring lately because of whatever this is that now you're feeling back to yourself. Now you're feeling back to yourself, and now you can start to plan your future accordingly. But it's not because of whatever that catalyst was towards the beginning of the month or a little bit beforehand. Actually, it's now completed because of that download era. It's like restarting a computer. When it comes back online, it's a little bit slow. It's got to think about it. It's got to reopen all those tabs and remember where you were. It's giving a little bit of this, okay? Week 5, there's like this mystery to your aura here. Week 5, we're feeling that there's a lot of people want to come and say hi to you, but they don't really know how to go much deeper. Okay, we have a lot of curiosity surrounding you, asking like, so what's next for you? Where are you going to go next? There's like this vibe that like you've downloaded some energy. Okay, and so now it's in your aura and it's piquing the curiosity of people around you. People, places, things, situations, ideas around you. So we have you kind of deliberating a little bit. We do have you wanting to kind of put the pedal to the metal. And every time you try to do that, it's going to feel like more energy. It's like if you have 5,000 creative projects and then you want to sit down to do one, but because you have 5,000 in your head, it's hard to focus on that one. It's kind of that energy, okay? It's like trying to, when you pour like water through a funnel into a tiny container so that it doesn't spill, except you're trying to put like a whole watermelon through it. It's not going to go through the funnel. It's not going to end up in the container, right? So basically, the reason for this vibe like this is because you're really excited. You want to talk about it. You want to be about it. You want to take action towards it, but you want to move quickly. Okay. So that's going to be a little bit of a hiccup towards the end of week 5, but it's not going to be negative because what this is going to do is show you how special and sacred and precise like the universe wants this to be. And it's being given to you as a gift. Or this is something where it's something that's really sacred and special for you. So it doesn't need to be rushed. Okay. It doesn't want to be rushed. And it makes it kind of beautiful to your heart. It makes something seem more special than you were seeing it as before, more sacred than you were seeing it as before. Something that could have been overlooked to you. Now you're seeing it as really, really special and really beautiful. It seems like this is someone or something or an idea or an opportunity that was there all along, waiting for you to see it. Waiting for you to really see it, to hold it in your heart, to honor it as special and sacred. And it's not sitting there waiting for you to understand its worth. It's not giving that. It's kind of like you had not yet seen, like you had not been ready to fully see something for exactly what it is yet. And after a while, it gets revealed. So week number 5, it's giving a mystery is revealed, but slowly throughout the week. You receive little bits and pieces of information, inspiration, and you kind of want to move towards it. Every time you get a little piece of info, it makes you really excited. You want to move, and the universe goes, not yet. Okay, so we've got a couple moments of that until at the end you realize, wait, I don't want to rush towards this. This isn't something I want to gobble down. This is something I want to smell, and then I want to lightly savor, and I want to sip it, and I want it to last a long time, and I want to keep it as sacred and sweet and special. So that's going to be week 5 for you. Something that's been around you is revealed to you as something else. So for some of you, this can be someone who's been around you for a very long time, revealing their feelings for you. For some of you, this can be someone who's been watching you for a very long time, giving you a job opportunity. For some of you, this is someone like presenting you with an opportunity or an idea, or it doesn't need to be through another person, but I am seeing a catalytic conversation here. Maybe someone says something to you halfway through the week. Like there's this air of mystery, and you're like, I want to get to the bottom of it. That's really cool. Let's go on this journey. And you're excited. You move towards it, and you have this conversation, or you write it down, or something like this. You have this conversation, and then you're like, wow, that was a really great conversation. And then a few days later, it like hits you what they said, or it hits you what they meant. And then you're like, wait, hold on. And then you reflect back upon all of the things that you remembered or learned week number 4. And it makes something click. And it brings about a new beginning for you. A new cups beginning, a new love, a new idea, a new emotion, a renewal in your intuition maybe. But it's really kind of giving emotions and love here. Okay? So that looks like week number 5 for you. Not seeing too much on the travel front here. Week number 5 is about planning travel. This is kind of looking like your heart's new destination, your emotions' new destination. Like you hadn't thought about giving that person a shot before, or you hadn't thought about joining that company before, or you hadn't thought about moving to that city before, okay? But it's giving more emotional, so probably less moving for the group 2s, and a little more like you hadn't thought about being friends with that person, or you hadn't thought about falling in love with that person. It's a destination of the heart, a destination of, the emotions here. And it's something that makes your life really sparkly. And with the sparkles and the magic comes like excitement and wow and wonder and cool and giggles, right? But this occurs and then it slows down. This is what happens. It slows down. Almost like molasses. And then when it starts to move again, you go, wait. It slowed down for a reason. What was that reason? I want to go find it. Wait, hold on. You're talking about someone. Wait, there's this thing and and then it gets revealed to you. And then you go, oh, it got slowed down because it needed to be cherished. It's sacred, it's special. Because it's one of those moments, you have one of those moments emotionally week number 5 where you want to sit in it forever. I'm hearing like, I wish this night could last forever. It's something like that. And so things start to slow down so that you don't overlook it, or you don't rush past it or hurry past it. And it might be something so small as receiving an email. It might be something so big as starting a new relationship. So this is what we're looking at week 5. Let's pull some advice from Spirit for you just generally for the month of October 2025 for group 2s, the Chariot. Okay, keep moving forward. There are going to be a few moments here where you feel really at peace and really still. There are going to be a few moments here where you're feeling like you've got a lot going on, a little bit overwhelmed and not enough energy. Okay, so do put one foot in front of the other, but don't push yourself. Okay, focus on the way that you're feeling, but do keep moving forward. Okay, and also with that comes a message with an opportunity that you receive or might receive, or clarity that you might receive. Week number 5, it seems more like clarity or a conversation than an actual action. But whatever you receive, week number 5, okay, be open to moving forward with it. Okay, don't shut it down, but move forward with it, or at the very least, be open to moving forward with it. Remember your boundaries. Okay, there's something you walked away from, leave it like that. Okay. This is going to be a good month for you to spend some money on yourself. Don't go crazy, but it's showing up, especially when it comes to your looks, your aesthetic. If you've been thinking about specifically getting your hair done, or if you've been thinking about wanting to get something for yourself, like a nice snazzy new pair of shoes, or to get your hair done or something like this, this is going to be the month for that. We do have a lot of abundance coming in for you. You don't need to worry about money, October, at all. A lot of harvest. You're going to find some random rewards for past efforts here as well. Something about decorating your home. October might be when you're decorating for end of October festivities, whatever it is that you celebrate, whether it be Halloween, Samhain, Dia de los Muertos, Diwali. Okay, you might be decorating for these things. you're going to get clarity from the past about something, but it's going to be after the situation has transformed. I'm getting that's going to be connected to week number 5, but they don't want to give you too much energy because they don't want you to speculate. Because if you speculate about what it is, or you know exactly what it is, then you might kind of make up your mind about it ahead of time, or you might misunderstand. It's like you having a clean blank slate, maybe almost not fully energized even. You know when you're tired, and so you're almost more present, you're more grounded, you kind of feel like sticky a little bit, like in the ground. You're hyper present because you're a little tired. It's kind of giving that kind of vibe. You're like a tree. And so that is why there's not too much information about what this is. Just knowing that this is occurring, okay? A transformed version of a situation from the past giving you clarity. If you're thinking of, you might not be receiving something materially that you are expecting to receive, or maybe kind of crossing your fingers and hoping. I'm not expecting, but hoping to receive. Okay, something that is not expected of an external party. Okay, so don't expect, don't expect your friend to bring you coffee when you meet them to go hang out, like, without telling you or asking you. Like, if they sometimes bring you like a surprise coffee, don't expect a coffee from them. Okay, just don't be upset if they don't bring you a coffee. Okay, it's kind of giving that. Just expect things to go as normal. There is, however, a wish fulfillment of yours that is going to be coming in during October, but it's going to take a peculiar shape. Okay, and it's going to happen during or after the slowness towards the end of the month. Okay, they do want to speak with you about opportunities you might have to engage in some fun, perhaps party-like behaviors, or for some of you, some naughty things. Okay, if some of your friends are maybe not the best influences in the world, or you have an opportunity to go blow off some steam, or maybe some of your friends like to get into trouble, or whatever it is here. Okay, we're not judging, we're just reading the energy here. So, first of all, trust in all of the things that are around you. They're there intentionally. Also, you know who you are and you know what you stand for, and you're going to be exploring your internal world a lot this week, specifically week number 4 for you. Now, with this, you will find that with every dark corner, you find an opportunity. This is not Spirit encouraging you to make bad decisions, but this is Spirit letting you know that you can find information and growth in unexpected areas, okay? But don't hurt yourself, mind, body, spirit, looking for them, okay? It's kind of giving the wound is where the light is, okay? But don't go out there wounding yourself trying to find the light, okay? Just kind of letting you know this, okay? So I'm kind of getting that that's going to unfold later, okay? Again, something that's dead and gone, let it be dead and gone. I'm hearing that song. Oh my God, what is that song? The old me's dead and gone, yeah. Oh my gosh, that is old. That song. Okay, I'm hearing that song. Oh, I've been traveling down this road too long. Oh my God, half my audience isn't even going to know that song. I'm old now. Anyway, the old you is dead and gone. We do have some things where we've got some things creeping into your life this month for sure that you're really going to like, but it's very possible for you to overlook them, hence the slowness. You're going to be wearing this crown. You're going to be feeling really positive. You're really going to enjoy moving forward here. So when things start to feel like it's a little more difficult for you to just, get your laundry done, or be as productive as you normally would, or hit the gym a couple of days, trust that it's a divine decision. Okay, and there's a reason for it, and you're going to have clarity, because whatever it is, it's just saying that spiritual bath you're going to take, where you have that past life regression session, or where you do that pranayama that expands your consciousness, or where you have a spontaneous awakening and you remember your divine whatever it is, that is a lot more valuable than an hour at the gym. Or it's a lot more productive. It's a lot more valuable than making sure you're getting your laundry or hitting your macros or cleaning your dishes. Again, it's not telling you to make bad decisions, but we kind of have this vibe of let it unfold the way that it will, and you might find some light in the areas where you would expect them to be dark, okay? So group number 2, that is your October 2025. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you would like a more personalized reading, you can always book a one-on-one with me. I do tarot, channeling sessions, astrology, astrocartography, Reiki, and personalized light codes. I've got an entire spiritual store, which is where you can find my personal sessions. It's on Etsy. Spiritualistik is my handle, just like it is everywhere else: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, etc. And all of those things are linked in the description box as well. If you're interested in my meditation retreat, you can find that in the description box. It's the first link. It is 21 guided meditations from me to you with sound bath and Reiki made by me for you that will help you along your spiritual journey, whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced. It will get you from where you're going, from where you are to where you're going, and you can always use it. You can always come back to it. So I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Not me begging, okay? I love you, I'm grateful for you, and I'll see you next time. Namaste. Hi there, Group 3. Namaste, and welcome to your reading. Today we're looking at your October 2025, and you selected the third group with the Doing Your Shadow Work card. Group number 3, before we start your reading, I do want to let you know that you might want a pen and paper for this one. We are going to go week by week. We're going to include the dates, we're going to include the general astrological themes, and then we're going to see what is going to come up for you week by week as well. You might also want to listen to the general astrological themes for each week and also keep your own individual birth chart and energy, spiritual journey in mind as well, because we'll get your personal details, but it's personal in a general reading for group number 3. So we've got the general astrological themes for everybody, and the way that it affects you will be more specified by the reading and then even more specified by your personal information. So you might want to keep a pen and paper on hand. The first thing that I'm getting here is that October for you is going to be a beautiful month, but there is going to be a little bit of like this, I'm getting a solemn energy with the shadow work card. It feels like you are ready, willing, and able to do the work. This is going to be a lot about shedding layers for you, maybe doing some introspection, self-reflection, this kind of vibe. I'm kind of being shown like a rainy day, but not in a sad way, in a nice cozy way, like maybe it's a rainy day. You've got some bossa nova playing and you're reading a book, curled up in a blanket with a nice cup of tea. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here with the shadow work kind of energy here for October for you. So, getting right into it, week number 1, I have this year as September 28th through October 4th, and it is ruled by the root chakra. The general astrological themes are partnerships, deepening relationships, shared values, and shared resources. So it seems that the first week you're going to have a significant conversation, one with somebody else and also one with yourself. There's going to be some sort of a self-exploration kind of dialogue here. We see you working on strengthening your relationships with yourself. And if there is someone in your life or a few people in your life where you've kind of wanted to deepen your relationship with them, whether it's romantic or platonic, maybe it's one of your neighbors you want to get to know better, maybe it's a friend where you've just been really busy with work lately and you want to touch base with them again, something like this, we see a conversation like this occurring. Now, the first week of October, don't expect a lot of that like shadow work, deep introspection, spiritual downloads, deep healing, cellular regeneration energy. That's not going to be week 1 for you. But you are going to find in the material world a lot of success, okay, a lot of happiness, and you're going to find yourself at a little bit of a crossroads. I say crossroads lightly because it's the 2 of Pentacles, not swords. But what we're seeing here is that you have an opportunity, you have a success here that is really beautiful, and the way that it fits into your life and or the way that you move forward and or the way that you go about balancing everything is going to come up. So we have a little bit of a not yes or no decision, but it's a bit of a how do I make this happen, or how do I fit this in, or does this make sense? It's kind of having you sneak up into that question, which will come up later in the month for you, and it's looking at this balance between how can I make this work and how does this work for me? 2 different energies. Does this work for me, or can I make this work? And if it's not the first one, do you want to make this work? And what is the return of investment? Or it might be looking at where your personal boundaries lie, where your virtues lie, your values lie with those energies. Do you have enough resources Resources can mean time. It can mean social battery. Resources can mean, of course, finances. Do you have enough energy to have one more person to text back throughout the day, right? And it might not be something like that, but it is looking at how you can make something work. And if you do, is it going to work for you? So we do have a success here. First week of October, it looks like it's going to be awesome. It seems like you're going to be connecting with people, not super deeply, not a ton of people, but you're taking steps towards deepening relationships. Like you are having one more phone call with your friend this week. You are having an extra conversation with your neighbor this week. Maybe you're going out with your friends an extra day this week, whatever it is. We see that you're focusing on your, like, taking care of yourself. So this is looking like maybe fitness. It's looking like maybe meditation. We do see some sort of victory on the material front. So this can be at work. I'm getting something about your personal reputation. Maybe there's something that's glowing here about you. It might be, again, at work. It can be maybe you are shining in that new relationship or out of that relationship or something along these lines. Maybe you really found a color that just makes you pop and you are just looking great these days, right? This is going to be where long-term effort in self-love is paying off first week. But with this comes opportunities. You're looking great, you get asked out. So now it's, do I like this person? Do I want to incorporate this person into my life? Do I want to incorporate a new person into my life? Do I want to make the space? Do I have the space? Do I want to make the space for that to come in? It's kind of giving this energy, and it might be a job, it might be a friendship, it might be a different kind of opportunity, but it's a positive opportunity that makes you kind of question where to go from here. And that leaves an open-ended question going into week 2, which is October 5 through 11. This week is ruled by the sacral chakra, which is interesting timing based upon how week number 1 ends for you. The general astrological themes here for you are transformation and rebirth, and you've got the Tower coming out right away. Transformation and rebirth. This is shedding layers, uncovering truth, emotional processing, personal change, and creative expression. We have here something falling short. I'm hearing that Blink-182 song that is that we fell short this time. Smile fades in the summer. I might have gotten the words wrong to that. But the second week you are choosing a new beginning, and there's kind of a little bit of this vibe here where, and I'm letting you know this, so okay, you can go back and change it if you want, but it seems like you choose a new beginning. You choose to make something work, and maybe it doesn't go as planned. Maybe you don't hear back from this person. You decide, yeah, I would love to go on more dates with you, and then you don't hear back from them. It might be something like this. We have, with the 8 of Wands, you feeling like things aren't moving forward, in a sense, after a huge victory week number 1. And so you decide to take matters into your own hands. And this is where, towards the end of week number 2, you are faced with this question. This is where the shadow work comes through. Your group has the most reflections so far, and we're only on week 2. But we have this reflection here about, okay, if things aren't flowing like this, let's take matters into our own hands. And there's this question of at what point constitutes control or trying to have power or trying to force things, and at what point is taking matters into your own hands and like creating, looking at co-creation and kind of finding where your responsibility ends and the universal responsibility begins, and vice versa. Taking a look at, well, if you want something, you got to go get it, right? If you look at manifestation, you don't just wish upon a star and then it lands in your lap, right? You have to take action towards it. And there's this question of, well, if things aren't going the way that you want, should you try to do absolutely everything that you can in order to move forward? Or should you find that one right thing to do and try to get it there? Or is it not meant to occur? So you're faced with this question, but it's kind of an open-ended question, again, in a bigger way. So it's not really about the situation, whatever it is. This situation isn't going to be one that really rocks the boat for you internally, but it is going to be one that that shows you maybe where that crack is in the asphalt a little bit. It's going to show you where you can grow and evolve energetically, spiritually, and emotionally. It's not really going to be so much about the situation itself. You're not going to care too much, but it is going to show you a deeper sense of you where normally you'll just roll up your sleeves and get it done. Or there's an aspect where sometimes you push and you push and you push and it doesn't get anywhere, and you could have gone without the extra effort. You'll also be faced with moments where perhaps you feel like you didn't do enough, or you didn't show up, or you didn't move forward when you wanted to. So it's bringing this up, and I'm getting that there's an old situation that caused a transformation within you that's going to be coming up. Either way, you're still kind of experiencing joy and a positive new beginning and new experiences that started week number 1. I don't want to focus too much on the shadow work here. It is the theme of this week, of this month for you, but I'm definitely seeing positive things occur week number 1 and week number 2 as well. You're going to be having an opportunity to create something. You might get some really cool creative opportunities, inspirations. You might start a project. You might be working on a project. You might sit down and keep writing that book that you started writing 2 years ago and you kind of were halfway through and then stopped for some reason. You might start working on that project that you've had an outline for a while. Week number 1, we see that you're focusing on yourself. You're deepening relationships with people, maybe more superficial kind of relationship deepening, things like this. And we do see a really cool success and victory happening for you as well. So these are positive things. Just to kind of highlight, there are positive things happening for you October 2025, a lot actually, but this is also an opportunity where you have really cool things happening in your life, and at the same time, you're kind of navigating this maybe denser, heavier, or just more contemplative energy as well. So there's going to be that duality that you're holding. So I just want to highlight both so that they have equal weight here, so that you're not just focused on, what am I learning? What am I growing? How am I improving? Because you're not a self-improvement project. At the same time, this is about shadow work. This is about growing and evolving. You do want to continue to be the best version of you that you can. Also, there's going to be some really cool stuff that's happening in your life. And I do want to let you know as well that you're probably going to be contemplating, maybe wanting to start thinking about going hermit week number 2. And you did just deepen some relationships week number 1. This might be that you are grabbing lunch with a friend, you are having an extra conversation with a neighbor, maybe you are having small talk with people at the dog park, whatever it is. Here, I do want to remind you that now you have someone else to chat with, okay? So it doesn't need to be about the depths of your soul, but if you want to lighten up this energy a little bit during the process of the month, that's why we're doing this now, right before October starts, then understand that you'll have someone that you can chat maybe about the weather with. Maybe that doesn't solve all your problems, but it might lighten up the load a little bit. You might have some really cool things happening in your life. You will, week number 1 especially, and the beginning of week number 2. And you're going to find that that's going to help lighten the load a little bit too, focusing on the good, talking to other people. It's not saying to negate the bad. I'm just saying that it's a denser energy. And you're going to be faced with this question of, do I do everything I can about it? Do I roll up my sleeves? Almost like getting attached to that. We have the devil here, the attachment, and the 2 of Pentacles, asking what is the balance between attachment and detachment, between the co-creation, what part is mine, what part is not, for week number 2 here. So let's get into week 3. This is October 12 through 18, and it's ruled by the solar plexus. The general astrological themes here, this is all about depth. It's about power dynamics, calling back your power. It is about deeper investigation, and week number 3 itself, it's ruled by shadow work astrologically. So I do want to let you know that with the shadow work energy coming through, there's the 3 of Swords. Okay, we've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords, which lets me know that you're going to be sitting on a really positive physical opportunity, and there's going to be a part of your heart that is maybe feeling a little bit sad or a little bit disheartened or something, okay? So again, bringing that duality here. Make sure that you're feeling your emotions and you're honoring them. This looks like the choice to walk away from either a limiting belief, the choice to walk away from a situation, or the choice to leave something in the past. Maybe you kind of held hope, or seeing something, whatever this was at the end of the first week here. We see it kind of bringing something up. Again, it's not so much about the situation itself as it is what it represents, okay? So it might be that you had a really cool opportunity that kind of had a false start, didn't come through all the way, and then you ask yourself, well, should I do something about this? What can I do about it? What can I do about this? Is it right for me to do something about this? That question that we talked about before. Here we see that you are sitting on, sitting on a fortune. You're sitting on, I'm also being shown a magic 8 ball. Love those. I gotta get one of those and add that onto my channel because that would be so fun. But it's like you are sitting on this really positive material situation. You are in abundance. It's like, say that you've been working really, really hard to get that promotion, and you do get that promotion, but like maybe you find out that your friend's been talking about you, and you're like, oh man, like should I confront them? I'm kind of upset. It's the principle of the thing. They were supposed to support me, and like so you're in this. You got the corner office. You're all promoted. Your finances are doing a little better. You're like feeling like you're on top of stuff, but like your heart hurts, and so you're asking yourself, do I walk away? Do I confront them? Do I let it roll off my back? Stuff like that. So week number 3. It does look a little bit like, it looks like spirituality might not be the number one focus for you during October, specifically week number 3. You might find yourself really a bit impatient here, because it just seems like things are kind of, let's just say they're reaching your capacity, starting to reach your capacity here. So what I'm going to recommend for you is to take time specifically to, even if it's just for a few minutes when you wake up or before you go to bed or in the middle of the day, just to take a few moments and focus on your breath. If you're not feeling to sit down and dedicate a whole 30 minutes to meditation a day or a week or whatever it is that you would normally want to do, if you're not feeling going to your yoga class, if you're really not feeling up to it, because sometimes that can happen, right? Make sure that you are taking some time to do something that is at the very least regulating your nervous system, or even just some self-soothing, like coping mechanisms, healthy ones, right? It can be something like journaling, breathing, like somatic movement, tapping, some qigong. I would actually really recommend for this group number 3, try like maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, if you feel up to it, maybe waking up a little bit earlier in the morning and putting on a qigong video on YouTube. Like literally go on YouTube, open up qigong, Qigong, and find a nice 10-minute, 15-minute one and just start your day with that, and it will really change your capacity. It will change, like you will be less at full capacity. That would be my advice for you throughout this month, okay? Because I do see with the Temperance reversed, King of Wands reversed, Magician reversed, Eight of Wands reversed, all of that beautiful, magical, spiritual energy here. Now this is about regeneration, but it's like you're kind of sitting around this tower moment, but it's kind of an internal tower. It's not giving end of the world energy. It's really, really not, okay? But it is kind of giving, maybe this is a lesson you've been learning for a long time. And I don't really want to say lesson, because it seems like it's something, a situation that occurs for you or occurs to you, and then you're sitting here thinking, but what do I do with this? It's like you're tired of getting disappointed, or you're tired of not hearing back from that person, or you're tired of not being valued, or you're tired of people gossiping about you, or you really thought that was going to be your friend, whatever it is, okay? It's not something end of the world, but it is something where you're just kind of getting tired. You're getting sick and tired. And so with that, we see that materially things are looking great. Internally, you're a little bit like not the happiest, okay? However, you do have the advice to walk away and do what you can to put yourself in that meditative state, okay? Stay away, especially week number 3, okay? Stay away from, I'm going to say, schmugs and alcohol. Okay? If that's something that you do, okay, if you like to have a nice little glass of wine, you like to go out with your friends, you like to garden a little bit, whatever, that's your prerogative. Okay, live your life. But I'm just going to tell you, try to stay away from it week number 3. Okay? If you can. You might even find that that's the week where all of these opportunities come through to do things like this. This is also ruled by the solar plexus. And so what this is doing is investigating, it's investigating your idea of your own worth. You don't deserve to be hurt like that, and you know it. And now you're kind of getting tired of situations that are going like this. What this is doing is rebuilding. It's regenerating for you. It's calling back your power by looking at power dynamics. And that's exactly what's been going on. It's kind of power dynamics, but at a certain angle. From a weird angle, and you're going to find it, and you're going to go, aha. You're going to call back your power, you're going to start to regenerate yourself, and this is solar plexus, and you're going to look at your physical life. You're going to look at the positive things that are around you, and you're going to go, wait, I did that. Wait, why would I put energy towards this person who doesn't even give a crap, and not towards all of these beautiful, wonderful things I have going for me that I work so hard to acquire, that I work so hard to build? And that is what this shift is going to be. Oh, it seems like it's not fair. Well, it definitely is fair, because I don't want someone in my life that's going to treat me like that so on and so forth. This justice energy, okay? I'm also getting towards the end of week number 3, okay? I am kind of seeing someone who, maybe someone comes crawling back towards the end of the week. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. It'll never happen again. And you might be like, okay, like talk to the hand, buddy. You don't need to, have the attitude, but I am seeing towards the end of this week, you see some sort of, with the justice, with the devil, the temperance in reverse, it's like someone can't hold back from texting you back. And it's someone who maybe ghosted you and they're like, I have to reach out to group 3. This can also be something where, they reach back. They're like, oh, our first applicant or our first choice for the job, like they said no, so we want to give it to you. You're the runner up. And you might be like, I'm not anybody's second choice. I mean, you might take it, right? You might go back to your ex. You might take it. You might give that friend another chance. But we are seeing whatever this is. We're seeing it kind of come back at the very end of week number 3. Okay, this is like 12 through 18. So maybe around 17, 18, 19. Okay, you might be hearing back from this energy or whatever this was. Okay, but with the Justice card, it's kind of giving, you do get what you deserved all along, but it's kind of giving too little too late, or you already learned your worth, like you're nobody's second choice kind of vibe here. But with the 10 of Pentacles, you are going to notice that you have more money coming in throughout this week. This is going to be one of those things where you find the universe has your back. You're like, really? Gosh, I'm really upset about that. There's some money in your bank account. You're going to be like, wow, that person, I can't believe that they were saying all that stuff about me. Immediately, boom, there's some money in your bank account. It's going to be something like this. You're going to be like, wow, I'm really upset about that thing from my childhood, and it totally parallels with this situation and how I'm feeling right now, and I would really love to like do some work and just heal this and sit with my inner child. And then boom, you check your mailbox and you have like, oh, this thing is doing a settlement and you're involved in a class action lawsuit. So in the next 2 months, expect a four-digit reimbursement, like something like this. So I am seeing the universe has a funny way of doing this sometimes. You getting financially compensated for the inconvenience. So for those of you with, I suppose, Capricorn placements or Taurus placements, all's well that ends well, I suppose. So we have week number 4 here. This is October 19th through 25, and this is ruled by the heart chakra. The general astrological themes here are expansion and higher wisdom, new perspectives, exploring beliefs, and preparing for future journeys of knowledge. Week number 4, you're going to be feeling on top of the world. Why? Because you realize that, you did this work to kind of feel better. It was kind of the solar plexus that was kind of tapping on your shoulder a little bit. You did the work. You reintegrated this happy, healthy solar plexus energy. You're feeling confident. You're feeling great. You're feeling on top of the world. Your heart chakra, it's open. It's happy. It's healthy. It's feeling great. And whatever this was, it did come back at the end of week number 3 and was like, I'm so sorry, or we would like to give you this job, or I do want to date you, or you do deserve better, whatever it is. And so you're going to be like, you know what, and you've got some extra money. So the universe is kind of got your back here. Week number 4, you're going to be like, you know what, maybe things aren't so bad. You're going to be feeling great. We've got Knight of Cups. You're moving towards things that you were thinking about week number 2, whatever that project is or that book, whatever you want to create, that inspiration you've got. We see that you are, week number 4, picking it back up. You're following your heart. You're having a wonderful time doing it. You are seeing stars, but in like a positive way. You are this is like your vision board week. This is your week where you are kind of seeing how bright the future looks. This is the week where you've got a little extra energy to spend. It's really nice. And there's also something here that you're holding close to your chest about the past. This is something like a realization where I'm never going to, I'm going to protect my inner child at all costs. Or I'm going to be the adult that the child version of me wish that they had around. Or I'm only going to go on dates with people who I don't need to squint my eyes and kind of convince myself that they're super awesome. I don't have to look at their potential. I immediately am in awe of who they are. They're genuinely inspiring to me. I'm going to protect my heart. And it's not in a closing off way. It's in a way that's like, you know what, this is such a special and sacred and beautiful part of me, and it deserves to be treated lovingly. It's like holding a butterfly in your hand, right? You want to stay still. You want to have the right vibe. You don't want to touch its wings. You don't want to hold it. You don't grasp it. You allow it to be there. It's very delicate, very gentle, very sacred. It's like this. And so this is what week number 4 looks like for you. This is kind of this realization that in the future, in the future, you are going to hold your own a little bit more when it comes to protecting maybe your future, protecting your heart, protecting the love that you have to give out in the world, protecting your inner child. It's not really protection as much as it is nurturing. It's kind of that fine line. It's not giving one or the other. It's giving both, okay, with the heart chakra energy here. It is a really beautiful energy. This is going to be the week where you kind of feel yourself lightening up a little bit, where you feel the spirituality kind of coming back into your life a little bit more. So it doesn't feel like as much of maybe a chore, and it feels a little more like a natural part of life as you flow and you live and you learn and all these beautiful things. And we also see that there is some sort of, there's something here that begins to fade out in your emotional space, but it's going to be kind of looking at maybe a vision that you had of the future and realizing that you can still do better. There's something bigger or better that you can do, and that you were maybe holding yourself back a little bit because of the way something went in the past. Maybe this month, maybe whatever occurred that might parallel to this month in the past. And so we see here that there's something that's kind of very gently, slowly behind the scenes fading out for you a little bit. It's cups, so it's ruled by water. It might be like emotions or something like this, but it's kind of giving you not feeling like you need to push forward as much, or you feeling like the vision that you had for the future, like you can do better than that. Maybe you realize that you were settling, or you picked a particular milestone, or you picked a particular goal because you thought that it would be both advantageous and realistic and attainable. And maybe there's this vibe where you're like, wait, why would I think that something attainable is advantageous? I can still dream bigger. I can still dream more in alignment with my heart. I can still grow, and things can work out for me in ways that I haven't considered, and things can feel more pleasurable and beautiful than I had allowed myself to consider in the past. And so there's this realization, this is the new perspective and the expansion that is coming through for you. There's a really strong Venus energy that is kind of waxing throughout this month for you. So do take a look at your personal Venus in your birth chart. Okay. Venus is, of course, relationships, but it's also your morals and your values as well. So you're going to find things like this kind of refining, taking shape, and becoming prettier to you. Like just cleaning them up a little bit, okay? Week number 5, the final week of October here, and then we'll do a month overview, anything you need to know. We've got October 26th through November 1st, and this is ruled by the throat chakra. The general astrological themes here are adventure, your future vision, optimism, manifestation, expanding your outlook, learning new things, and planning travel. So let's see. Okay. Week number 5, I'm hearing that song, I'm on top of the world, eh? I'm on top of the world, eh? It seems as though you received some sort of confirmation about whatever it is that you realized week number 4. This week you are feeling really happy, really happy, really healthy, and you kind of look at what other people are doing and you are glad that you're not involved in it. It's like maybe all of your friends are out partying and you're at home and you feel really happy and healthy and you're getting to bed by 9 p.m. And there are people that are out until 2 in the morning, and maybe they're partying, they're having fun, they're dancing, whatever. They wake up the next day, they've got a headache, a hangover. They wake up afternoon, they feel like crap, and they do it all over again. That might be someone's definition of fun. It might be your definition of fun. Okay, so this is just an example. If it is, okay, totally okay. But what I'm seeing here is you kind of looking at what other people are doing and being like, wow, I'm so glad I'm not doing that. Like, I'm so happy being in bed at 9 p.m. It's the best. You might look at some of your friends. Maybe this was about like love and romance, for example. Maybe you're looking at one of your friends and they're talking to you about some of their relationship problems, and you're like, I'm so glad that's not me right now. It's something like this, okay? Or say this was a friend that was talking about you. A mutual might say, oh, they've been talking about me. I don't know what to do. I'm really upset. Or you see them talking about somebody else, and you're like, yeah, that's I'm glad that's not me anymore. Something like that. Kind of, you're away from the group, and that's a good thing. But you're not feeling like it's you versus them. You're kind of feeling like you're happy and content where you are. You're happy and content with yourself. You feel at home in yourself. You're receiving confirmation for the things that you knew intuitively and overtly as well. And we see that the community around you, week number 5, it feels small, it feels close-knit, it feels beautiful. We do feel that you kind of feel a little bit more like the world is your oyster, week number 5, but you don't yet know how to express this version of you that's emerging, okay? We do have some changes that's occurring behind the scenes with your social circle, your definition of fun, and also the way that you relate to your neighborhood, your future, and also there's something that you, like there's a community here. I'm getting that you've avoided joining, but now it will feel more at ease because there's a different community that you avoided leaving and you finally did, okay? So overall, for the month of October 2025, for you group number 3, we have you focusing on your abundance mindset, okay? So I would recommend for you, at least to start out the month, try, like I said earlier, to try a Qigong practice. That won't be for like everybody, but I do recommend at least giving it a go. Maybe you've never heard of it before and just see how it makes you feel. Just be a quick one, right? And then also maybe some affirmations about abundance, okay? I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I wake up every day happy, healthy, wealthy, things like this, okay? So focusing on your abundance, we feel a little bit of this vibe of you, when you feel like things aren't going your way, try your best to remember that things are still working out in your favor. We've got some things that are happening fast, realizations that are happening fast for you this month, and you might feel like you might feel like there's a false start. Like in the beginning of the month, it goes really, really well. And so you want to kind of ride that momentum throughout the rest of the month. And we feel that you're not going to end up exactly where you want to be by the end of the month based upon those expectations. Okay. By the end of the month, you realize that where you're going is further and better and shinier than that. But, because you didn't reach that milestone, that might be, let's say if you were looking at 1 through 5, you go from 1 to 2 and you're excited and you're like, that's great. Let's aim for 3. You are actually going to go to like 6 or 7. So you might be upset when you don't hit 3 or when you don't hit 4 or when you don't hit 5, but you're going to go from 2 to 6 and you're going to go, whoa, that's crazy. But it's not going to happen until later. I'm hearing November, December, January for you. Okay. So don't be upset if you don't reach like 3, because be glad that you got to 2 and then still keep your eye on the prize. But 3 is not your ultimate goal. Okay. So that's kind of a vibe I'm getting here for you. Make smart financial investments and also make smart, like vocal investments as well. Like telling people things strategically, like don't tell everybody what you're working on. Maybe I'm getting something along the lines of don't tell something that you wouldn't want other people to talk about, right? Like we had the example of maybe having a gossipy friend or family member coming in through here, something like that. Like don't share information that you wouldn't want others to talk about. Or if you want to find the mole, you can share something that's not fully true. I'm not I'm not going to condone like lying or spreading misinformation, but I'm being shown an example where you kind of play telephone, but you say something like, oh my God, like I got a new horse and it's in Montana and I didn't tell anybody about it. And so when it comes back around to you, you kind of, and like it wasn't true, but when it comes back around to you, you're like, oh, it was that person. It's just giving like, be careful about what you're saying, not in a cautious warning way, but it's just saying using strategy, making smart financial decisions, and also making smart verbal decisions as well. I'm also getting verbal agreements as well. There's something that's coming in for you this month, and you're being encouraged not to see it as good luck, actually, because it's something that you worked for. Again, you're going to have opportunities to kind of, I'm getting blow off some steam with the Knight of Wands energy. And your intuition is going to kind of, okay, so this month, you're going to ask your intuition a few times, is this right or is this wrong? Should I date that person or should I not? Should I, it's kind of giving, when you, if you like a person and you take 1 billion tarot readings about them, right? It's kind of giving that a little bit. It's your friends invite you to go out partying with them and you're like, should I or should I not? And you might get crickets from your intuition because there's not a should you or should you not energy. What's going to happen is going to happen anyway. You're being encouraged to follow your heart. There is this clarity about what fun is for you, and you're being encouraged to stick to your guns there, okay? And because you already know this, your intuition is like, hey, it's your choice what you do, but you already know how you feel, and that's what you're being encouraged to honor right now. okay? So keep that in mind throughout this month. You might feel like I'm getting choose to stay home or choose to stay in at least one time more than you could, okay? You're going to have a little bit of processing going on this month, but things are going to work out in your favor by the end. We do have this moment. I'm getting to remind you about the moment towards the end of week number, 3 here, where something or someone comes back around and they tell you, hey, I was wrong, or hey, I do want to offer you that job, or hey, I would like to take you out on a date, and you're just like, dude, you just ghosted me for 2 weeks, or yeah, but I don't want to be your second job choice. I'm overqualified to the other person, and you chose them because it was your buddy's buddy. Like, it's something like this, right? So there is this reminder that something does come back around for you, but it is going to, in some way, indicate a growth on your end, a positive growth here in spirituality, creativity, and it also is an opportunity for you to make some money off of it in some way, shape, or form. So you're being encouraged to explore the opportunity and trust that things are kind of going to land on your side a bit, okay? So you're going to be feeling confident. You're going to be feeling really empowered by the end of the month, actually, or throughout this month. And again, there's a reason why in the beginning of the month you were kind of exploring deepening certain connections, because shared values are really important here. I'm also getting to be cautious of shared resources or shared finances, or being financially reliant upon somebody else, or we had verbal agreements coming through. So if there's a verbal agreement like this, you're working on the honor system or something like this, I'm hearing to tell you either get it in writing or don't take it seriously or prepare yourself anyway. I'm not really getting that there's anything like super crazy, negative, catastrophic going on, but I am just getting to tell you that. So I see it, so I'm going to say it, because you want to prepare yourself for success in the best way possible. We have this realization, creativity, we've got abundance, we've got a beautiful harvest coming in for you. We've got realization about your empowerment and your beauty and how cool you are and how awesome you are and how lovely things are, and you don't have to roll up your sleeves and make stuff work for you if there's someone actively working against you. You don't have to go set that rumor right. You can just be like, you know what? If you're going to believe that about me, that's your prerogative. I don't need that. It's not true. If you knew me, you would know that wasn't true kind of vibe, right? So you're wearing your crown, you're feeling empowered. And also you're realizing that the things that you have control over in your life, you don't need to roll up your sleeves and try to force control over them. That's not what empowerment is. The things that you have power over in your life, they're the things like showing up and doing maybe a qigong practice or abundance affirmations. They're showing up and saying hello and smiling to a stranger on the street. Those are things you have power over, and it doesn't need to be a weird power dynamic kind of situation. Okay, so you're going to notice a parallel between week number 3 and what I just said, and you're going to realize that if you have to call your power back from something, there's a weird power dynamic going on here, and you deserve better than that. So that is what I have for you for October. I do want to let you know, again, there's going to be some surprising finances coming in towards the middle and end of the month for you. You're going to be really positively surprised by that. I'm also getting to tell you not to spend it on gifts for other people, okay? Specifically, not to spend it on gifts for other people. I know towards the end of this month, we have November and December, which people love to, we've got October, November, December. It's holiday season. Okay, so I'm getting to tell you, with these finances that come in, don't just spend them on other people, okay? I'm getting to tell you to hold on to them and use them to create, like, I'm getting an abundance vortex, whatever that looks like or means for you, okay? So, group number 3, that is your October 2025. I hope this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. If you would like a personal, I do tarot readings, astrology readings, astrocartography, channeling sessions, Reiki sessions, and even personalized light codes. You can find those on my spiritual store. That's going to be on Etsy at Spiritualistik. I've got a whole store with my tarot and oracle decks, like including but not limited to the ones that I used in this reading today, my light codes, oracle, etc. I've published a few books, one on astrology. I've got one, The Fool's Journey. I also have a guided self-exploration journal. It is more than 200 journal prompts. I also have unprompted journals, like for writing your dreams and your intentions, your manifestations, your messages you receive in meditation, so on and so forth. Crystals, intention candles as well. To light an abundance candle this month would actually be kind of badass, because you already have abundance coming in and you're looking at that mindset. So I think that if you add a little fuel to the fire, if you will, and that, you might be really surprised with what you can kind of maneuver financially. October 2025, it might be fun for you to play around with. Anyway, those things are all in my spiritual shop. It's on Etsy at Spiritualistik. It's linked in the description box, and you can find all my personals there as well. I am on Patreon, TikTok, Instagram, so you can check me out there as well. I do have a meditation retreat if you would like. It's the first link in the description box. It's virtual, go at your own pace. You have access to it forever. So it's a whole collection of guided meditations meant to be taken chronologically, but you can also utilize them as necessary or desired throughout your spiritual journey to help you get from where you are to where you're going. It's good for beginner, intermediate, advanced, so on and so forth. That is everything I've got to tell you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you and I'm grateful for you. Have a wonderful October, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.